And good morning, and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster. I'm touching base with you as I do every Friday through backwards, Monday through Fridays. What's going on, folks? It is a new week. It is a new week, and my eyes are watery because I have allergies. So forgive me and my watery eyes. What's going on? I see Chrissy's in the building. Hannah is in the building. Good morning, ladies. How are you both doing? So good to see you. And yes, I'm still hearing that people are still getting used to our 10 o'clock hour. Some people still don't know that we're on at 10 o'clock. It's unbelievable. But anyway, even though with all of the stories, with all of the promotions, what's going on, David? David is in the building. How are you, sir? And man, I don't know what it's like where you live, but it's about to get hot here in New York City. It's about to go down, as they say. I'm so terrified of the heat. I hate the heat. Once the temperature gets above 80 degrees, I am slowly become non-functional. So, hey, Chrissy says, hope you had a nice Father's Day run. I did. I worked all day yesterday at Photoville. Let me clear my eyes here. At Photoville, and had a wonderful time with the team there, the staff, the groups, everyone. It was absolutely beautiful. I got to meet some really cool photographers. Howard Cash came through. Brendan came through. There's a bunch of folks I saw that popped through, and I was so excited about that yesterday. And it was a beautiful day. You could not ask for a better Father's Day weather day. The weather was perfect. What's going on? The girls club is in the building. I see that. Good morning, Ron. There, I gotta pop it up there on the screen. David, did I pop yours up there? Now I got David up there now. Good morning, Ron. He says. Chris says, I say, bring it on. I love the heat. 90s to 100 degrees is my sweet spot. No, Chrissy, no. You must have central air. Not that many people, most people in New York City do not have central air unless you have a brand new building. Like the newest buildings have central air. But most of us, we rely on the window air conditioner or the fan and both because you need to circulate it throughout the house. But yeah, we do not have most apartments in New York City do not have central air. Whew. I do not like the heat. Do not. I am not ready. I'm trying to get my brain around it. It starts tomorrow. Today's going up to 85, but inland will be in the 90s. So some places are starting their heat wave today. This New York City itself will be starting it tomorrow. I do believe tomorrow's temperature is like 92 degrees or something like that. 90. It's in the 90s. I'm not ready for it. I'm not mentally ready. Chrissy says, I don't have central air, but I still want it hot. Hot and hot. No, no. Okay, so a lot has gone on this weekend. A lot has happened in the world. I'm not going to dive totally into the politics today, but if you guys have had a chance, if you haven't had a chance yet to see, let me see. Who's trying to give me a message here? Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. It's just nonsense. Okay, let me just turn this off and down and put it on. Yeah, gotta put this on low. Here we go. And so obviously, the Trump news. We're not going to talk about that. No Trump news today. And but I just want to share about Photoville and a couple of things that were on Friday. What happened Friday? Oh, Friday I had a photo shoot. That went well. I had a photo shoot out in Astoria, Queens, photographing some beautiful students and their music. And one of the teachers from the Brooklyn Conservatory of Music, and that was beautiful. Hats out, shout out to the Brooklyn Conservatory of Music for what they do in bringing music to schools. And I don't know where you are in this, as you're listening to this. I just know there was a big at one time campaign to get rid of music in schools. But there are people that are trying to get music back in school, and music is so important to learning. And you can tell these kids, they were trying to learn one of my has anyone heard the song, oh, was it how's it go? A Horse with No Name. How many people know the Horse with No Name? Anyway, these kids are playing the guitar. La 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 la. And it is one of my favorite songs. So as I'm photographing them, I'm totally like in it with them as they are playing The Horse with No Name. And such a great song. Oh, it's a great song, Horse with No Name. Anyway, so that was really good. And then after that, relaxed a little bit, caught up on some Apple TV and some TV programming. So that was my Friday. That was my weekend. But then Saturday and Sunday was work. Saturday, I was based in South Street Seaport. And so I was connecting with people about the exhibition at the seaport. It was really cool. But you know what I noticed, and this is Motivation Monday, so we're all about being motivated and having we want to leave here on a great note and have some good encouraging words. But I have to tell you, I spent, I guess it's been 20 years in retail. Now, when I started in retail years ago, like 2 decades ago, and people were a lot nicer. You said good morning, they said good morning back. You say good morning, hello, they say hello back. 10 years into my years of retail, I said, I don't like people as much because they don't. Because when you work in retail or work in anything with the public, you begin to see you see the trends. And I noticed the trends of people were less friendly, as in good mornings, hellos, that kind of stuff. And now it's even worse. Because I was in South Street Seaport and people were walking by, they were walking by our exhibition, and I would say, good morning. They would just look at me like, and keep walking. It's like, holy mo! Is it like that where you are around the country? I know, and again, I will say this, people think it's a New York thing, but the people that do it in New York, you can tell they're not from New York. Most of the I don't know if I didn't count, I didn't take names and where they were from, but a lot of times I would walk, I can tell, you can tell some New Yorkers, and you say good morning, they, hey, what's up, and they keep moving. But it's the out of towners. I was shocked because South Street Seaport draws people from out of town, even though there are a lot of people that live in that area. But people are like, almost like, what are you trying to sell me? It's just a good morning. It's just good morning. And yeah, but not now. Not now, Gwendolyn. Most humans would smile back and speak if you speak. It's a mimicking thing, but it doesn't happen as much as it used to. So I'm concerned. But again, it's just this trending thing about you remember there used to be called polite society. Polite society is now dead. Just saying. Just in my thoughts. Chrissy says, I don't love customer facing jobs. I like people to a point, but I don't want to be dealing with them all day, every day. Let me tell you, being on the streets this weekend, I mean, this, and can I say, without segregating or being mean to people in Manhattan, because I do have friends in Manhattan, I do hang out in Manhattan, but the vibe is different in different areas of the city. So, for instance, I remember when I used to work at Bloomingdale's, right? I worked at Bloomingdale's at a little part-time job. I was working on Wall Street. I don't know why I was doing this job. I just wanted to get some extra money for Christmas. Didn't really need it, but just wanted to do it. And I remember the people and the Bloomingdale's, the customers at Bloomingdale's were so snobby and racist and all kinds of stuff. I was like, what is, and they were totally different from the people downtown or the people from Brooklyn. So yesterday I said, let me see what it's like in Brooklyn to say hello and good morning. For the most part, people did respond in Brooklyn. Like, we're hanging out. I say good morning. Most people will nod, like just like Gwendolyn said, they would nod or acknowledge your good morning, which was interesting because again, South Brooklyn is more native to people that are living in Brooklyn or living in the city. And South Street Seaport was all people from different countries, different places, different cities, whatever. So anyway, just an observation, just one of those things. I'm having a Ronism morning, so that was one of those moments that I was like, "Wow, what is going on? Why don't people say hello?" It is crazy. Hey, Elise walked into the building. Good morning, Elise. Elise, how was your trip? I hope you had a great time. I think you were on live and I missed it because I was working. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's see who else is in the building. I see. How do I say this? Quetes Bedhead is in the building. You're the second person I want another than say a quick hello or give a smile. No, damn it. Wait. She says I'm the first. You're the second person I've heard complain about manners and being polite. It is. It used to be a thing that you walked around America, people would say good morning and hello. It was like it was an obvious thing. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. How are you? Doing good. Come on. You know, it's not. I find that it's becoming polite society is becoming an ancient thing. Yes. Girl said people would rather ignore one another than say a quick hello or give a smile. This is real. The girls club, that is real talk. Like I said, I would say good morning because I am used to saying good morning to everyone. This has been my pet peeve all my life. I say good morning to everyone. At least I try to. And I find as I get older, polite society is dying in America. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but I know in America, polite society is dying. David says, as a Californian, when we see drivers acting like knuckleheads on the road, we usually say they must be from New York. Not sure how that started. I'm telling you, most New Yorkers are kind, native New Yorkers, not the transplants. Unfortunately, we have a lot of transplants, but most New Yorkers, native, born, raised, are the nicest people on the planet. They say good morning. They say hello for the most part. Elise says, my husband and I went walking yesterday, and I also almost everyone said good morning. Look at that. Was that in Iowa or was that in DC? Where were you, Elise? Where were you? I know you were traveling this weekend. Folks who are miserable. Yeah, that's thank you, Gwendolyn. Folks who are miserable live that way. Folks who are grateful gonna speak and keep it moving. It's the truth. So yeah. Um David says, because people are on their phones all the time. No, these people were not on their phones in South Street Seaport. They were just walking, just a good morning. Yeah, it's just interesting. Just interesting. I'm a people watcher. See, Hannah says, I always give a smile and I speak. Elise says she was in DC. Oh, you had a short trip to Iowa. You had a short trip. I traveled. Oh, you traveled this week. You're going to Iowa. Okay, that's right. It's the 20. That's right. It's the event is the 21st and 22nd. Well, yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's right. It's this week you're traveling. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is going to be an easy, quick motivation Monday. I'm going to dive into that. Any of you guys watch the Tonys last night? Did anyone watch the Tonys? Any Tony watchers? I did not watch last night. So, but I was curious. Was there any breaking headlines of anyone watching the Tonys? Where's Bryson? Bryson would be like, I saw the Tonys. Did you see the Tonys? Chrissy says, New Yorkers are distrusting of strangers, or at least I am. Ooh, she just said something there. Chrissy says, she said, I don't trust folks. I'm binge watching Suits. Oh, okay. That's a good series. Yeah, I've been watching this thing on Apple TV. It's called Dark Matter. Has anyone been watching Dark Matter on Apple TV? Really good show. See, I didn't watch, but I saw the few clips. Yeah, I heard there was some surprises. Good morning, says Kelly. Miss Kelly is in the building. Good morning. Yes, I saw some of it. She says, yes, where is Bryson this morning? Exactly. we're talking entertainment. He should be here, right? Chrissy says, I love Suits. Okay. Speaking of Alicia Keys and Jay-Z performed Empire State of Mind. Wow, okay. Yeah, it is. It's like the suspense, like futuristic kind of. It's a lot going on. Dark Matter seems like a thriller. I watched Presumed Innocence and Loot. Oh, I need to look at that. Hey, is in the building. Grand Rising and Grand Morning. Good morning, Ron and everyone at RLP. So good to see you. Okay, okay. And what time is it? I always gotta make sure my time. But yeah, let's see what else is going on today before I dive into Motivation Monday. Some words of encouragement to start us on our week. Beautiful. Elise says Hell's Kitchen is really good. What's that? Is there a TV show called Hell's Kitchen? Oh, did not know. Gotta check it out. Christy's Corner. I'm loving this show. Wow, I gotta check out. I started looking at Suits and never followed through because I got distracted to other shows. Wow. Okay, I gotta check that out. And G says she loves Hell's Kitchen. Okay. So anyway, let's go into our Motivation Monday. Let's go there. Let's do it. I have a couple of announcements. Yeah, this Saturday coming up is our meetup. We're going to be meeting in Coney Island for the Mermaid Parade. If you're in New York City, you want to join us on our photographers meetup. Just go to the meetup app and go to Ron Lewis Photos or Ron Lewis Photos Urban Photographers Meetup. We're going to be at Hell's Kitchen. Sorry, Hell's Kitchen. I just read Hell's Kitchen. We're going to be at Coney Island, hanging out, photographing the Mermaid Parade. It's going to be so cool, but yet it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. So make sure you bring your umbrella. Bring your umbrella if you want to. Let's see here. Okay, cool. And my wonderful sirens are moving by as always, as on time here in New York City. I reached the point where I say, I think I am done with New York for now. I think I need to get a break. I need to go to another country. I was telling Chris this morning, I said, I need a break, not only from New York, but from the United States of America. Too much, too much negativity in this country. Too much negativity going on. I just need a break. I need to go to Paris. I need to go to Ghana. I need to go to someplace different. I am still due a trip to Morocco. Okay, here we go. Let's start. Today is our discussion is the essence of perseverance and the power of sustained efforts. That's what we're talking about today on this Motivation Monday. Hope this encourages someone today. Hope you are going to be like really enjoying your week. Oh, wait, I never went live on that. That explains. Gotta go live. I never went live on my Instagram. I thought it was live on Instagram. Okay. Usually when I'm on live on Instagram, that is usually like how people usually come into the audience. Now look, people start popping in because they don't know when we're on. Because for some reason, I don't understand why no one puts in notifications for YouTube. Make sure you click on the notifications on YouTube. Okay, here we go. This is the quote for the day. It is by Peel. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learned to do. Let's say it again. Success is no accident. It's no accident. It is no accident. I will say it again. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. So let's start with the first one. Hard work. Success requires effort. It's about putting in the time and energy, even when the task is challenging or tedious. I think about, being at Photoville over the last 2 weeks. I ran into lots of different photographers, lots of creatives, lots of artists, but mainly photographers. And I would get all kinds of questions and people talking and chatting in the conversations we were having. And they will say, how did you did this? How were you able to accomplish that? How will you do this? Or they look at someone else and look at their work. And you look across the board and you look at all these photographers that are out there, and other creatives, because a lot of creatives are in this space. Most people don't just become successful because they just wish it. A lot of times when you see someone that's successful or they're out there doing something that you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. Some people look at you and say, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be like Chrissy. I wish I could be like Gwendolyn. Maybe they would want to be like me. Or they want to be like, Stephen McCurry. Or they want to be like Phil Peterman or any of these photographers that are like at the top of their game. But it didn't just happen. It's hard work. Many of us are never around to see what goes on behind the scenes, the all-nighters, the research, the stuff that needs to happen to make things happen, to make what the surface stuff happens, those things, the success of things that are successful comes from the things, the hard work behind the scenes, right? It's that hard work. It's that getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning or working through the night to make sure that your audience gets what they need, or your viewing audience as a photographer sees what they need, or you taking that workshop and taking money and going out and taking and spending extra hours learning your craft, learning your trade. It's hard work. Success doesn't just show up. Yeah. You gotta show up. You got to show up. Oh, look who walked in the building. Mr. Bryson's in the building. There he says, has everybody watched the Tony Awards? We knew that was coming, right? Good morning, Omar. Good morning, sir. Good morning. But yeah, back to the subject. Back to the subject. Hard work. Success requires effort. It's about putting in the time and energy, even when the task is challenging or tedious. And that is a big choice. That's a choice. Also, perseverance. This is about persistence. It's not giving up when faced with obstacles or failures, but rather pushing through despite them. And for those that have been in the game long enough, you know that you will fight more, you will come against more barriers, more obstacles, more mountains to climb, more hurdles to jump over than your successes, right? Every day is going to be work and obstacles. So you got to persevere. Persevere even when you don't want to, even when you don't feel like it. I look at people on TV, the newscasters, the broadcasters, people that show up online, people that show up in the feed that they are on for social media. And you look at, and they're ready, they're here, they're going at it, they're giving you good content, and they're just doing it. I guarantee for most of y'all, maybe you may have thought about it, but I can tell you for someone that does content, there are days that you just don't want to do it. You just like, I would rather just lay on a lawn chair by the pool and sip on some tea and just relax and run away and just give it all up. But you have to have a reason why you're doing it. You have to have a reason. And your reason has to outweigh you. It really does have to outweigh you. Let's see what you guys are saying in the building. Anthony says the path of success is never a straight line. You better believe that. That's right. There's never a straight line. Hey, Kimmy Kim. Kimmy Kim is in the building. Lisa's in the building. Good morning, everyone. Was getting my coffee ready for 11 a.m. I'll get this 10 a.m. slot eventually. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Good morning, Anthony. Thank you for that good comment. Good morning. Let me see. Did I post Omar's good morning? I try to post you guys mornings because it's like we're all in this together. We're all in this together. Okay, but perseverance, guys, you are going to come against obstacles. I guarantee you this week you'll have more obstacles than successes. I know that's a horrible thing to say on a Motivation Monday, right? But you will have more obstacles. You'll have more things that say you shouldn't do it, or things that will come against you, or things that are going to weigh you down. That's just a given. It comes with the territory. So let's seek perseverance. Next on how to stay doing this thing that what we like to do is learning. The journey of success is a continuous learning process. It involves acquiring new skills and knowledge that are essential for growth. Now, I thought about this really hard, um, because of, again, Photoville. I've been work. I you know this is this whole thing came about because of Photoville, working and meeting so many photographers over the last 2 weeks. And so last weekend, I met this gentleman, and I mentioned about it last week, um, who was curious about the photographers. You know, he saw this great, beautiful, this photography that was on exhibition, and he was like, "Do people edit their photos?" I was like, "Yeah, most of these photos that you see in this exhibition are edited. There are skills required to take your photos to the next level. It's more than clicking the button. It's going in and making your tweaks, and the camera doesn't see 100% of what you see. Probably the camera only picks up 80%, if that's a safe estimate. But the other 20% you have to fill in, right? And if you shoot in RAW, that's definitely your color is slightly muted. So you got to bring back the color, right? But you don't become good, or you don't become successful as an editor. Like, we got Omar in the building. Omar is an amazing editor of his photos. And he also teaches classes. So if y'all interested in learning how to do some edits, y'all may want to reach out to Omar. But he didn't acquire that skill overnight. He didn't wake up one morning and became the expert editor. Editing of photos, it requires learning, learning, constantly learning new ways of doing things. Or how does this button work on Lightroom? How does this work in Photoshop? How does this work in Captive One, or whatever tools you're using, Snapseed, and yada yada yada? You have to learn all of the tools so that you can be better at what you do, right? So if I can challenge you this week, don't forget the ingredients of learning, and get out there, learn it, learn something new. So when I was talking to this gentleman, I was saying, hey, you know what? You just got to keep shooting, keep playing, keep tweaking, keep learning how to use that camera. Because he was like, we were talking about the editing, and then we started talking about the actual camera itself and the whole process of being a photographer. And then what was so exciting is that yesterday he was at the Brooklyn campus of Photoville. He taps me on my shoulder. Hey, Ron, I was shooting this week. I photographed this week. And I looked at him and said, yes, yes, that's how we do it. That's how we become better photographers. And so it was a delight to see him yesterday popping in. What says you? What says you in the chat? Let me make sure after I get these points, I see all the interaction. They're talking about the heat wave. Really claim more success. Okay, there we go. Thank you for staying with the subject. Thank you. I'm personally claiming more success than obstacles this week. I've over-indexed in obstacles. Oh man, but I mean, it's part of life. I mean, it takes a lot of obstacles to get to your successes. It's part of the ingredients of success. Without the obstacles, there can be no success. Without the hurdles, there can be no success. So Anyway, but I get it. I get it. I know what you're saying about claiming. I know. I know. I was raised in Kojic. Personally claiming more success. Okay. Anthony says the Master Jedi Omar Wan Kenobi. Yes, he is. Y'all, if y'all have, if you talk about editing, yes, Omar knows his stuff. Or here it's like Serena. Serena's in the building. What's going on, Serena? Serena's a poet. Serena didn't become a poet and was able to publish a book, which she celebrated her 10-year anniversary of her book that came out in 2014. She celebrated that yesterday. Did y'all see her post? I reposted so you could see it. She said, I am full agreement with you. The girls club success will override obstacles this week. But guys, Serena didn't become a poet overnight. And I guarantee you that it was the obstacles in her life, the barriers, the hurdles, the mountains that makes her the poet she is today. Because you can't be a poet without deep thought and contemplation. And it's usually the negatives that bring us to these glorious moments in writing. Just saying. Am I right, Serena? Or if you say no, you can put no there too. What does the yada 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 app do? Lisa, you're being bad. Yada yada. You know what I mean. G says, I often tell folks, don't compare my mile 20 to your mile 2. It's time and work. Absolutely. Hey, Aya is in the building. Aya. Serena says, thank you for the shout out. 10 years was made on Friday, June 14th of my first book, baby. Obstacles and hurdles led me to writing poetry. It's my outlet. See, I know. It's obstacles that create the energy to be a photographer in a lot of cases. I mean, most of the time, I mean, obviously, you see me photographing landscapes and bees and bugs and plants and all that stuff. But my meaningful work is the topics of humanity, conflict, right? Things that are happening that challenge us as humans. And photographing those things brings me joy. It's a release to just like, oh, wow, I get to share this, what's happening with the rest of the world. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. Congratulations. They're sending congratulations your way, Serena. Anthony sends some applause. Okay, next. Let's go to the next. Let me look at the time. Okay, we're doing good on time. Okay, next one. And we already said it goes with learning. Studying. This goes hand in hand with learning. Studying is the dedicated effort to understand and master subjects relevant to your goals. Yeah. So I was mentioning to another person, even my students, when I assign them projects, you know, I can't sometimes I can't believe I'm saying that on the air that I have students. So my student, one of my students, I was able to give her homework for this week. Hopefully, if she's listening, she knows her homework is due on Wednesday. Even though Wednesday is Juneteenth, I probably should have gave her a break, right? I may have to tell her maybe we'll take Juneteenth off. But the homework assignment is, right, we learned leading lines last week. Taught her about leading lines. So now we're on composition. And her homework is to go out and take photos everywhere she can of leading lines over and over and over again. She's got to bring me 10 to 15 photo shots on the topic and using the skills of leading lines. Now, on the opposite, I was photographing on Friday a class of students that take guitar lessons. And the teacher said the problem is that the kids only get to play the guitar when they come to class because none of the kids have guitars at home. And not like it used to be back in the old days where you can take an instrument home. The kids could not take home the guitars to practice. And so the teacher told me as I was having this conversation, you know me, I'm always in everybody's business. He says they would be further advanced in the time in the weeks that we spend if they had the opportunity to repeat over and over again the songs that we learn or the lessons of the guitar when they got home. And so it goes to show you again, when you look at that singer on the stage, a Whitney Houston or whoever, you know, back when she was alive, or Prince when he was alive, or Michael Jackson when he was alive. Oh, gosh, there's so many that are gone. Or you look at people today like Rihanna and Jay-Z and all the people that are out there doing their thing, or D Nice with his, you know, DJing. That didn't just happen. They studied. They didn't just learn it, but they had to keep repeating it. So don't get frustrated with yourself when you say, oh, I don't have it. Keep going at it. Keep going at it. Don't give up. You got to keep going over and over. Repetition is great habits, creates great habits. Brian Young is in the building, y'all. Brian Young is in the building. And he says, folks are dropping dimes in this chat. What are you guys doing in there? What are you guys doing? Okay, next one. Okay. The next one for success, sacrifice. Often achieving success means making sacrifices. This could mean prioritizing your goals over immediate pleasures or comforts. Last night, after I finished with after I finished my work day at Photoville, my first intention was to go across the street and grab the largest cup of ice cream to celebrate. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get some of that ice cream. But then I had to regroup and rethink. I am trying to stay away from the sugars. and I'm like trying to get it right here. And so I had to make an intentional sacrifice of not going to get that delicious Brooklyn ice cream. And now, I don't know about, have any of you been to Brooklyn ice cream? If you ever been to Brooklyn, you want to go down to Brooklyn Bridge Park. There's a ice cream shop called the Brooklyn Brooklyn Ice Cream, and it makes the best ice cream. But I was able to get on the bike and just get on home, and I made a salad. Sacrifice. Or for you content creators, you gotta lug a lot of stuff around. Like our content creator that was at Photoville, she was walking around with her camera, her bag, her stand, her light stand. Sacrifice to get the story. So, guys, to be successful, there's lots of sacrifices. And you'll see that a lot of highly successful people, unfortunately, in a lot of cases, have to sacrifice time with their families and their friends. Like one of my buddies was like, "Hey, Ron, let's hang out today." Can't do it. I'm at work. I'm hanging out with at Photoville. Sacrifices requires sacrifice. Hey, Serena says, "Go, Ron, go, go." Yes, girls. Yes, 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 girl club. The sugars. I was fiending for that ice cream last night. I was fiending. That's all I could think about. It was just it's down. It was across the street from where we were standing, and I was like, I want that ice cream. Nope. Walked away. I did good. I did good. I was proud of myself when I was eating my salad last night. I was so proud. Okay, let me just pop this one off the screen. Okay, here we go. Next one. We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. My favorite word, love. Perhaps the most important aspect is passion. Loving what you do or developing a love for what you're learning makes the journey enjoyable and fulfilling. You say, Ron, how are you able to edit all through the nights? Because I love what I do. I love photography. I love what we get to do. I love discovering other photographers. Not just, not discovering them like discovering them, but you know what I mean. Coming across new photographers and learning and seeing what they're doing and kind of like diving into their work. I love photography. What do you love? I suspect that Serena loves to write since she's written many poems and she's written a book. I think she's written, Serena, you've written a couple of books, right? Well, Elise loves art. I am looking forward to what Elise's love for art is going to take her. I think you may even see one day Elise YouTube channel. Just saying, just putting it out there. Talking and interviewing artists, collecting art. Who knows? Anything is possible when you are in love with your passions. Gwendolyn says, I love champagne, chocolate, and food. That's right. For we foodies, we love to eat. We love it. But you got to sacrifice. You got to make money so you can do it. But love, it's the passion that drives us. It's the passion that drives us. Okay, in conclusion, y'all, as we get ready to close out, in conclusion, success isn't something that happens by chance. It's the result of deliberate actions, choices, and dedication. Can I say that one again? Success isn't something that happens by chance. It's the result of deliberate actions, choices, and dedication. I could have chose to get that ice cream last night, but I chose not to get it. Decisions. Choose to go to school and not go to school. Decisions. Rob the bank or decide to walk away and not rob the bank. Every decision, there's a consequence. Every decision. Right? Smoke the cigar. It could cause some problems, but you may enjoy it. Who knows? Everything, every success isn't something that happens by chance. Remember that, y'all. Remember that this week. See here. Hey, Jeff is in the building. Whoa, all the way from Tacoma. Thank you, Jeff. Roland says, photography and cooking are the only things I'll do into the wee hours of the night. Yes. I know I'm going to get some of that ice cream this week, maybe. It's going to be too hot. I'm going to have to say no to it. No, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. She said, rob the bank. That was just a conversation of consequences there, Gwendolyn. Don't rob the bank, y'all. Do not rob the bank. That was not a license to rob the bank. David says, I love shooting film because I don't try to be perfect. I just want a decent image. There you go. But he loves shooting film. So he's sacrificing digital technology to take pictures with film. It's easy to photograph with digital because you can just eliminate your bad photos. Not easy to delete when you're shooting in film. Yep, look at that conversation. Gwendolyn is curious. Film? What are you shooting with? She says. Right? Hannah says, good morning. Oh, she's got good morning to everybody. Hey, y'all. I had to take a phone call. So Hannah's a little away. She's away. Okay. Finishing up my conclusion to let you guys go. Find joy in the process, as it's the love for what you do that will sustain you through the hard work and sacrifice. Every step of learning and every moment of perseverance brings you closer to your definition of success. So guys, do it. Be successful. Be out there. Go after it. Do the things that you're called to do. But always remember, it's not coming with ease. It is always going to have why am I having a hard time with hurdles? Hurdles. Hurdles. It's going to always come with hurdles. It's always going to come with learning curves. You got to learn. Things you have to study. Sacrifices you have to make. It's all involved in success. Right? Perseverance. Okay, guys. Anyway, I hope that means something to someone today. Chrissy says, well said, Ron. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you if you're listening. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully someone who's watching this in the future, because this is videotaped and this is YouTube. So make sure. And speaking of YouTube, you know how we roll, right? You know how we roll. What we're going to do? Like, subscribe, and share. If you enjoyed this conversation, if you enjoyed this topic, share it, like it. The algorithms love it. And we are about the algorithms. Yes, on YouTube, you want to be on the algorithms. You want them to continue to promote your videos and promote what you're doing. So I think this is positivity. So we want more positivity in social media. So this is a good thing. So like, subscribe, share our YouTube. Now, let's see who's in the there are some folks over in the Instagram world. If you are in Instagram, first of all, I know a lot of you. Hey, E-Dubs is in the building. I saw him yesterday. We took a picture together. I'm going to post that today. E-Dubs is in the building in the Instagram world. But all you folks in the Instagram world, you will get a better experience if you move to YouTube and then hit notifications, so that way when we're on, you will know. It will automatically pop up in your feed, on your phone, on your messenger, whatever. Let yourself know where we are, when we are, by hitting the notification button on your YouTube channel. But yes, cross over to YouTube. Come on over. Like, subscribe, and share. But it's so good to see all you folks in the Instagram world, and you guys are all over there. And some of you have been entered through Instagram and then pop over to YouTube, which is great also. Okay. And let me see here. Let me see how much time I have here. I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Remember, check out Jamel Shabaz's exhibition with a bunch of other photographers. Echoes of Tomorrow at the Oculus. Let me just say it right. Echoes of Tomorrow. We are the future ancestors at the Oculus, running from June 12th, which was last week, to the 26th. Is there every day between 12 and 6 p.m. Make sure you do that. Also, this Thursday, we will be doing our Patreon Basic Photographers 101 Q&A session. So that is this week on the 20th, Thursday 20th at 8:30 p.m. If you're not a member of our Patreon, make sure you become a member so you can. I like to give free classes to my Patreon community because they're supporting me in this content creation. Also, let's see here again. Like I said, RLP Urban Photographers Meetup. We're meeting on Saturday, capturing the Mermaid Parade at Coney Island, June 22nd at 1 p.m. And also, what else is going on? And I think that's it. That's it. Also, just to put this as an international announcement, the Poor People's Campaign with Bishop William J. Barber. The second event is in June 29th. It's a march on Washington, D.C. If you are available to do that and support the Poor People's Campaign, that is happening on the 29th in Washington, D.C. Check that out. I wish I could attend. Anything's possible. We'll see. And I think I got it all. Okay, we're in. If you want to see a repeat of this, you can see this repeat also on Indie Soup Media with Dr. Tachi and her platform. That will be there. Omar says, instant gratification is not the goal of successful people. We strive to leave a mark that lasts over 100 years. Ooh, Omar, is that a way to close out? Is that a way to close out with that profound statement? I like it. I think we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there. Instant gratification is not the goal of successful people. We strive to leave a mark that lasts over 100 years. And on that note, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful Motivation Monday. Motivate others, motivate someone today, and most of all, motivate yourself. And I'm out of here. Later.